Welcome back to the broadcast dedicated to dissecting the classified documents that reveal how far government intelligence is willing to reach into non-conventional science and geography to secure an advantage. We shift from the realm of the mind to the structure of our planet itself. Today we address the possibility that the world you think you know, a solid dense ball of rock, was treated as an open question by intelligence analysts. We are discussing the CIA's involvement in analyzing the hollow earth theory, not as science fiction, but as a plausible intelligence concern regarding access, control, and potential operational theaters. Our evidence is the declassified file CIA-RDP96-00788R001700280007-1. This highly redacted report, titled Non-Conventional Geography Analysis in Deep Subterranean Anomalies, confirms that resources were dedicated to evaluating historical claims and geophysical anomalies consistent with large internal planetary voids. The context is simple. If accessible subterranean regions existed, they represented the ultimate hidden base, secure from satellite surveillance, remote from human population centers, and capable of concealing research or assets. The theory became an operational possibility. The analysis focuses on two primary challenges: geophysical anomalies that defy conventional mantle models, and historical accounts from polar exploration suggesting navigable openings at the extreme latitudes. For the intelligence community, the scientific consensus on a solid core is irrelevant compared to the operational risk posed by an unknown, inaccessible space. That unknown space must either be verified or neutralized. This file demonstrates the breadth of intelligence paranoia. It's not enough to control the surface. The agency must account for every possible dimension of operation. The inner earth is simply the deepest possible layer of security threat or operational potential. The rational conclusion of this research is that any hidden space, no matter how fantastic the theory, must be analyzed for its potential tactical value. Let's drill down into the documented evidence the analysts were compiling in that document. This involves two distinct yet interconnected data streams. The first stream concerns polar expeditions. The document references historical accounts, sometimes dismissed as fantasy, of unmapped regions, anomalous currents, and sudden shifts in climate near the North and South Poles. Specifically, analysts were looking at accounts suggesting navigable access points, areas where sea ice behaved inexplicably, or where strange warmer winds emanated from regions deep into the polar caps. The key question was, were these geological vents or something larger? The second stream is geophysical data. The section of the report deals with gravity anomalies and seismic data that do not perfectly align with the widely accepted models of the Earth's mantle and core. If a cavity existed, even a series of very large interconnected subterranean chambers rather than a fully hollow shell, it would significantly affect the gravitational pull observed at the surface and distort certain seismic wave patterns. The file attempts to overlay historical claims with verifiable geophysical data. We must now examine the primary finding, the statement of necessity that justified the entire research division. This is a critical excerpt regarding the rationale for sustained investigation. Quote, "A review of historical data pertaining to extreme latitude exploration indicates a statistical anomaly in reports concerning climate, magnetics, and unaccounted for atmospheric drift, warranting continued low-level analysis of non-conventional planetary models for strategic advantage." End quote. And here's a second quote from a section on tactical application. "The theoretical existence of accessible deep subterranean cavities would immediately redefine doctrines concerning strategic asset concealment and the establishment of fully survivable operational centers outside the conventional theater of nuclear engagement." End quote. This is the true meaning of the file. It is not an affirmation of the theory, but an affirmation that the potential strategic advantage of an internal void, nuclear-proof, invisible, and geographically isolated, was too great to ignore. The research was driven by tactical imperative, not curiosity. The question shifted from, is it hollow, to, if it is, how do we use it? The agency's pursuit of this theoretical geography highlights the extreme lengths to which organizations will go to ensure complete strategic dominance, even if that means dedicating analytical time to models considered pseudoscience by the mainstream. We focus now on the heavy black lines in this document, the missing context that defines the true secrecy of this research. The most extensive redactions occur in the section titled Proposed Deep Entry Methodology and Reported Environmental Parameters. These are not theoretical sections. These are discussions of actionable steps and verified observations. Why redact the environmental parameters? If the document were purely theoretical, there would be no need to conceal the theoretical temperature, air pressure, ecosystems within the proposed cavity. This suggests the inclusion of verified sensitive field reports or analysis of satellite data concerning these entry points. The phrase, quote, reported environmental parameters, end quote, is the crucial clue. It implies reporting on an observed environment, not modeling a theoretical one. This moves the file from pure scientific speculation into active intelligence collection. The operational potential described in the unredacted portion is simple: the creation of a faculty entirely disconnected from surface accountability, of space that cannot be observed, tracked, or attacked by conventional means. The mere possibility of subterranean operational base changes every calculation of global power. Any nation that secured such an asset would possess an unprecedented, unassailable strategic advantage. The file is less concerned with mapping a hidden paradise and far more concerned with analyzing a potential hostile fortification. The internal Earth is treated as a strategic vacuum that must be claimed or understood before an adversary can use it. The research effort, sanctioned and funded, shows that for intelligence services, no geographical or scientific consensus is absolute. Everything is provisional, provided there is a strategic benefit to challenging the accepted reality. The ultimate goal is control over the unknown, and the deepest unknown remaining on Earth is its interior. We conclude our analysis of this document. The existence and redactions within this file confirm that the intelligence community treated the hollow earth theory as a serious, actionable geopolitical possibility. The implication is that intelligence analysis went beyond theoretical modeling and moved into the sphere of operational readiness, identifying sources, methodologies, and potential environmental factors necessary to exploit deep subterranean anomalies. If this documented truth has opened your mind to a non-conventional analysis pursued by those in power, we require your continued support. First, like this episode and leave us a detailed 5-star review wherever you listen. This is how we bring light into the deepest shadows of classified knowledge. Second, share the episode with someone obsessed with hidden geography. The more analysts, the better. Next, we abandon geography and geology entirely and confront the concept that is most disruptive to established physics: time itself. We are talking about the CIA's classified analysis of temporal anomalies and potential time travel. For our next investigation, we'll dissect the analysis within document CIA-RDP98-013-140-000-100050012-5, a complex file concerning observed disruptions in casualty and the engineering of temporal displacement. What specific recorded instances of temporal deviation did the analysts study? What was the official assessment of the theoretical physics required to manipulate the timeline? And how did they categorize reports of assets receiving verified data from the future? Tune in next for Project Remote View: Chronal Conflict and Temporal Engineering. Until then, maintain your vigilance and question the established geography, and keep your critical thinking sharp. I'll see you in the archives.